Yo, what's up? What's happening? How you doing? How your mama? All of them, everybody. It's your favorite candy lady, Mrs. Eye Candy.
And it is her, she, me, the gossip diva, Ms. Mocha.
And we are
Two Hot Chicks.
And we're back with another show for you.
We are.
All right, guys. It has been a minute since we have done a show.
It has been.
Mocha got a little bit of taste of Hot Girl Spring, and she just kind of like dogged me totally out.
Don't just blame it on me. She's like being busy too, and our schedules just don't be mixing because she is being a full-time mommy and wife, and I am just out here being
Hot Girl Spring.
Okay, you wanna call it that. Okay.
Remember when she said she was giving up the fellas for Lent? I hope her story time lets us know if she followed through, since Easter has finally come. But we gonna go ahead and just go into story time. Let me go first because mine is sad, and hopefully yours will be a little more happy.
Okay.
So, guys, over the Easter weekend, my dog, who I have had for 16 years, got really sick. We knew he was old, really old, but he was sick to the point I had to put him down, and it was so hard to actually do that. Because, like I said, I've had him for 16 years. I've had him before I was a mother. I've had him before I was a wife. It's been me and my dog. Some of my, best independent moments is me living with my dog. For real. Being drunk and throwing up in the club and him sitting there looking at me like, girl.
Right.
What are you doing?
Is she serious?
Is she serious? Is her serious? What's her doing? But yeah, so some of my best memories, involves my dog. So I really thought we were just going to wrap this out until we was golden girl and boy. Because my dog has been there. He has outlived so many of my other family members' dogs, and just, so it was really, really hard. But I had to put him down. So that weekend, I didn't sleep in the bed with my husband. I slept out in the living room with my dog. I was holding him in the middle of the night. He was just whining if I wasn't holding him. And then when I did hold him, he would just look at me. And I knew it was coming. I thought he would just go naturally, you know what I'm saying? But on Easter Sunday, he was just really, really bad. He couldn't walk anymore. He was just whining and just limped over. He couldn't even hold his head up. And I couldn't watch him be in pain like that. And that was, girl, I'm telling you, I'm trying not to be emotional because I done cried enough. And I don't care, y'all can judge me because I sure did cry a whole bunch of tears for my baby. But, it was hard. It was very, very hard. So, and it was $500. So I was
gonna ask you, did they charge you, y'all?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah. So $500 later, my dog is resting, and he's in my daughter's room. We did get him cremated. So let me just tell you guys the process of putting a dog down, just for the animal lovers. If you guys go through this, so I went to the vet and told them, it was time. And they were like, okay. And they were really, really sensitive, too, because it's an animal hospital. So, of course, they know pet lovers are who comes in here. But they took me to the room. My husband was with me, and we sat in there, and they took him out and put a catheter in him. I guess an IV, so the process would be smoother. And I didn't even hear him, because he don't like needles, shot, get messed with. So I didn't even hear nothing when they took him. They took him away from me, though. I guess they don't want me to see that. So when they brought him back to me, they had him wrapped up in this blanket, and he had the little IVs in him. So he just was laying on me, the whole time. And it was crazy because the lady was like, you want to sit him here? You want to hold him? Yes, give me my baby. So I'm holding him. They gave me time with him before they came in to do the process. We'll give you how much time you need before we start. And I needed a minute. So I'm talking to my husband. I'm being emotional. And my husband is steady trying to be the strong one, for me or whatever. But my husband's been around my dog for 9 years. So it's been a while for him too. So they came in and they started the process, and they give him some sedative first so he doesn't feel anything and he can be as comfortable as possible. So they did that, and then they did I don't want to say lethal injection, but they did whatever it is that actually lets him pass on. And I'm thinking, and she told me it'll be quick, 2 minutes, right? So I'm thinking that it was going to be fast after that. But I'm holding him, and I'm just rubbing him and I'm talking to him and everything. And girl, I'm emotional, I'm crying, but I'm talking to him and I'm holding him. And he just breathing. I'm watching his, his breathing. And he kept breathing. Like 2 minutes passed, 10 minutes passed.
Shut up.
15 minutes passed.
That's because he an Aries.
He's still breathing. So then, like, the doctor is like, the vet is like, I'm going to give you some time, because I think she was trying to take him. Like, we need to take him back. And I'm like, no, I'm not letting him out of my sight until he's no longer here. I said I would not leave him or let him go through this alone. I am here until it's over. You know what I mean? So she was like, I'm going to go check on another patient. I'll come back, with you or whatever. I mean, you could tell he was like, out of it, but he was still breathing.
Okay.
So I'm holding him. So then my husband is like, I'll be back. My husband got up, walked out for a second, came back. You could tell he was just like going through it. So finally my husband just broke down. Like he had a moment and he was apologizing to me, probably because he felt weak at that moment. But his issue was seeing my pain because I was like all the way messed up about losing my dog. So my husband left out. He was like, I'm about to go run out real quick to the store next door or something. He just needed to be moving. I had to just help him, get moving. So at that point, I was okay. You know what I'm saying? I had come to grips with what was have to happen. I had to do it, It wasn't, sorry, y'all, we popular on these streets. But,
oh my God.
But, so once the lady came back, probably 20 minutes after she initially did it, I'm thinking, okay, he should be passed on by now, right? Still breathing. 20 minutes later, still breathing. So she comes, so I asked so then Ace start pooping, right? On a blanket, and I see it, but it's like tar poop. It's something that I've never seen before. Right. And the way he's doing it, like, that's why I was wondering, like, is this like, how they say sometimes people die, they got poop at the end? I know what was going on. So I was like, I went out with him, and I'm like, can you tell the vet to come in here? Because he's having bowel movement on a blanket. But she come back in and she cleaned it up, like whatever, sweat flopped him out, whatever. And I had him laying on the table at this point, but I'm still holding him. I'm still talking to him. And I was like, he's still breathing. And she was like, you know what? She was like, this is like the first time I have seen it ever take this long. I'm going to do it again. So then she did the numbing stuff again first because she just wanted to continue to make sure he was comfortable. And then she did the injection, right? So he's on the table. I'm laying there. I'm rubbing him still. I'm talking to him, telling him how much I love him. I'm giving memories. I'm telling him, it's okay to let go because I feel like my dog, and I feel like people don't understand this that don't love animals, but he has been there with me through so many of my ups and downs. I felt like he kind of didn't want to let go because he was like, I'm going to leave you. What you going to do? You know what I'm saying? Like, because he's been there since I started adulthood, for real. Since I started being an adult, he was there. So 10 minutes later, he's still breathing after she gave him the second dosage. So then she checks the thing and says it's leaking out a little bit. So she tightens up the IV. So that's what was happening because it was leaking and it wasn't fully going through. So we got to do it again. One more time. So she do the numbing, right? I bend down to my dog. I say, it's okay. I love you. He licks my face. She does the injection. And then like 10 seconds, he stops breathing. Girl. Hardest thing ever. So I wait. I kiss on my baby a little bit. And, she gives me all the time I need, which is great. And then I finally let her take him. And I had already planned what they was going to do. They cremated him. I was getting his paw prints and his nose prints and stuff. And I go out to my husband. And he said, it's over. And I'm like right in my face. And I'm walking out. He said, why you ain't call me? Why you ain't call me? You know what I mean? Because I guess he wanted to be there. But I was like, it was a mess because it took a while for it to actually happen. Right. So I say this to say that everybody that has a pet out there, it has to happen eventually. Sometimes they can pass naturally, and some people aren't as attached to their pets as others. But for the ones that are attached, it is totally okay. They gave me like paperwork for grieving counselors for pets and all this kind of stuff. And I don't think I need all that. Like I said, I was prepared for this for a couple of years because I knew he was past the lifespan for a toy poodle a while ago. So I was prepared for it. It just hurt my feelings, and also my daughter, who was dealing with it, she's only known Ace as our pet. Right. Since she was a baby. He was my pet. So she's dealing with it. So when we got them, they cremated him. They brought him the next day, delivered him themselves to our house. My daughter was the one there. She got him. He's in her room. You know, like she wants Ace, right? She got a space cleared out just for him, and she rubs it and talks to him right now. So she's 12. She's dealing with it, and it's just so hard. And my husband was saying how it was weird because, you know, Cairo's 2. So he's not going to remember anything. But all of a sudden now, all he's doing around the house is saying Ace. Ace, and it's like Ace is not here. Remember, right? I mean, he's not gonna remember it 10 years from now, type of thing. But yeah, so story time. We're dealing with that, and it was on Easter Sunday, so it was hard to because at first I went out, got the kids dressed, took pictures because we didn't go nowhere because it was still cold. Yeah, so we went out in the backyard, we took pictures, and then came back in. I was holding, like I told you, I was holding Ace all weekend. I get back and I'm holding Ace. London is holding Ace because we know it's coming. So then I could just see it, and I'm like, it's time. So London was like, I'm not ready. She was like fighting me on it, and it was so hard to do that, but I had to. And after we did all that, which took a couple hours to get it done, so then when we come back, I decided to go ahead and do an Easter egg hunt with the kids, just to kind of have some type of normalcy for them. London didn't want to do it. She was upset, but then she came down and they did it to give us something. I had to still cook. Like, I'm telling you, it's hard because you just kind of want to ball up in a corner and just deal with it. But I had to continue to be mom. I had to continue to be wife. I had to continue to take care of my mother. You know what I mean? So, yes, but rest in peace to my beautiful dog. I'm going to miss him. I'm not rushing to get another dog. I already had 3 people call me like, hey, you ready? I know somebody with a dog. No. There will not be another Ace. I'm not going to replace my dog that fast. So, taking a break. But yeah, I'm a dog lover. My fur baby is resting in dog heaven. So, what's your story time? That was long. I'm sorry, y'all.
Okay. Well, actually, my story time has something to do. I took a trip, like a road trip, one of many of Mocha and Reese's road trips that me and my best friend, we took a road trip to North Carolina. And it was only like a few hours, not a few hours, 7, 8. It became like 10 hours because it was traffic. But the trip was great. Okay. I did a lot of like fun stuff. Like I actually went to a healer's market, which had a lot of like people that like do like natural healing. It was like a drum circle. It was like this like sound therapy.
I've seen that on like Housewives. I think
it was like all
the healing with the drums. Yeah.
Yes, it was like masseuses. I got like a full body massage, like that opened me up, and then I did this thing, excuse me, called kinetic yoga, and it was the most like I'm gonna say that my trip to North Carolina like opened my third eye. Okay, like about like meditation and manifestations and like how to like be calm in situations, because like life throw me like curveballs like all the time, and my first reaction is to like be like rah and like attack it and get like angry and mad. But what I've been doing is like doing these like 10-minute meditations in the morning, and it like helped me woosah and like helps me like be calm in the moment and not like just like pop off, because I'm a pop offer and I want to like pop off about certain situations, but then I'll be like, okay, don't do it, don't do it.
That's good that you're doing that. I just recently learned about meditation, dealing with postpartum and going through therapy. I experienced, like that was one of the things they taught me. And when I do it, it does help me out so much. It's just that I don't find the time to do it as often as I need to.
I get up like earlier in the morning, and I just take, and it's not just it's not just meditation. It's meditation with manifestations. So I am visualizing like what my day gonna look like, and then I know that it's gonna be great. So I just keep moving no matter what like happens. I'm going to make this day a great day.
Okay. I like
so, there I met like a lot of cool vendors, like a lot of cool vendors. But one that like really sticks out to me that I told her we're gonna have her on our show. Like we working on making this show a lot more like it's gonna be visual one, and then two we gonna make it more like polished like audio. Like we getting it together. Just know that, like, so just
not today because we do not have our mics today,
right? So
sorry.
like, no, but we working on this. Like, we working on this. So know that we are working to make this the best show that. But so the people, because I know the people listen to us all the time. Thank you for kicking it with us and staying with us
and riding the wave.
Yes,
because it's riding the wave.
What they say, it get greater later. Okay, but anyway, one of the persons that I met, her name I can only remember, but Miss Friday. Okay. So. Her book is called Make Every Day Friday, like Friday. And when I spoke with her, what she said is that she had worked at this company that basically everybody just was all nobody liked each other. But on Friday, everybody looked good. Everybody was nice to each other because usually on every other Friday they get paid, and then Friday is the day everybody get to leave work and go. So she wanted to like. Find out how she can make every day like Friday. So that's what her book is. Nice. And that mindset, like, that stuck with me. Because I do like Fridays at work. Usually my hairdresser day has changed now to Wednesdays. But Wednesday or Thursday, I'm getting my hair done.
I'm off on Fridays. So I love Fridays.
So see, I make every day like Friday. So like I'm trying to keep that mindset, and most definitely we're gonna be reaching out to her when we get our visual stuff together. Yeah, we gonna have her. We're gonna speak with her because like we really like know some really cool people, and we wanna like let you guys see it because we're cool people, but we got cool friends, and that's what's to come.
And associates,
yeah. But that's what's to come. So, it also put me my trips to North Carolina also like let me see how like hard my friend grinds, and like made me be like, you lazy African, like how I got 3 jobs, you Jamaican, you know what I'm saying? I need that mindset. And so like I did.
Yeah, because I watch your friend, she posts and she guys check her out. We've promoted her a couple times. She has some books out. She has these Love Yourself energy candles that are amazing. But I watch her on social media, and she says sleeping is for the weak. And I be like, girl, but I be tired. When she be saying that, I be like, I feel you, but I gotta go to sleep.
But like watching, like while we was there, we got there like on Friday. And like the next morning, we had a vendor event that was like practically all day. And then after that, and we got there, mind you, they did not have no chairs. Like we didn't know that, so we didn't have no chairs. We just had our table set up, right? So at first we was about to have to stand up. I was like, no. So then I go talking, and this other lady, she rented us a chair for like $11. I thought that was like so not cool, but I noticed that her table didn't get so she needed that $11. You know what I'm saying?
Now she rented y'all chair.
Yeah, but like, and so that was crazy too. So like, I thought that was like vendor. I mean, and she had several, not just the one she.
She said, "Well, you can use mine if you pay for it.
Rent it."
Wow.
And it was like, girl, I just won't go there. But yeah, she knows she is. You know.
Whoa. So I'm trying to figure out if is that considered smart business, or is that just shady? Because that sounds so shady to me. But
shady to me, but we from Ohio, and you know what I mean. But that was down south. That's supposed to be
hospitality. Yeah, Southern hospitality.
Yeah. So and also,
she said you can use this chair for a fee.
Right.
I'm sorry, that's crazy.
We also at the second event, which was the Sunday event, I met some nice. I met this one vendor. Her shop is in Atlanta, and it's called Onyx, and I bought some really, really cute shorts. You gonna see them? They're really cute. And then I met this other girl who does custom denim. So I already told her about us, and she got us. So like,
I want some denim. I've been looking at like denim stuff, and I want something that fit my little body. You know, like me going through and it's crazy because I'm older, so I have to come to terms with that. it takes longer to get your body back if you have a child older.
Oh, yeah, because I had Braxton at 32, and I was, like, my sisters, they had their kids older, so when they, like, left the hospital, they was back in their regular, come on, jeans. Mm-hmm. And after I had Braxton, girl, I was, like, in, like, a size, like an 8. And that was big
for you. Yeah.
Like, that was, like, I'm, like, maybe,
I'm
like,
finally, like I'm the pants that I got on today. Like these pants was 15, like hit tight, and I bought these after having him because I had to buy some clothes that fit me because it wasn't going down like he's 2.
Right.
But now these pants are big, and I'm like, okay. Slowly I'm starting to see my face. It's finally starting to thin out a little bit. So I'm like, thank you, Jesus, because and not that I don't want to have shape, and you know what I mean. It's not even like that. It's just when you're used to being a certain way and dressing a certain way and doing a certain thing, it's a shock. Girl, I don't know how to dress now. I don't know how to do nothing.
I'm telling you, after I had Braxton, I went to go visit my best friend, and she gave me an outfit. And my best friend's always been more curvy than me, and I could fit it. And she's like, she couldn't believe it. I was like, girl, I went through something mental after that. Like, it took a minute, But yeah, most definitely.
I mean, when I
don't know your body.
Yeah. And like I said, my sis passed, and she was my stylist, and she was plus size. So she would be able to tell me at this point what to dress, how to look. I don't know what to do. Like, I just be so lost now that I feel like I be in a slump. Like,
you just need to, what I would do. Because, like, my size be fluctuating too. But I always, like, watch, like, the person that I, like, look up to is, like, style. Like, and then I just deviate from that.
Well, I'm happy that we got TikTok because I'm following a couple of stylists, women that are curvy, and they showing me how you can dress her and stuff. Because, girl, I'm telling you, I'm just be lost. Like, all I don't know how to do is put on leggings.
Okay, yeah.
Like, I don't know, and I don't even know how to dress those up. T-shirts. Like, I'm dressing like a straight-up mom now. And I'm
a mom and I don't dress.
But I mean, you don't dress like a mom. That's the difference. I be wearing mom jeans. No, you be having hot girl summers.
I do not have
not mom girl summers. You have hot girl summers.
I do not have hot girl summers. I do not.
She be wearing crop tops and everything. I don't do that. I'm all mommy. Okay, I'm telling you, tennis shoes, leggings, and t-shirts.
And I have all of those things in my wardrobe. I just don't wear them together. Okay,
I do.
Okay,
I do. And I need, like I said, so I'm trying to get out of that. But I do feel like me starting to work out and eat a little healthier, drink more water and stuff is helping me come out of that. And I'm, like I said, these pants are too big, and I'm very excited they're too big, even though these was my go-to jeans.
Now you gotta find another pair.
Yeah.
Okay, so like I said, my trip was great, and my third eye was open, not only like spiritually and here, like emotionally too, and that's for another show. So let's talk about what's going on in these streets.
Yeah, she said emotionally. What's going on emotionally?
Yeah,
she trying to keep secrets.
But anyway, let's talk about.
So wait, them streets.
That he talking, and Miss Boca, she been listening, and although we haven't been here, we've been here. We still been talking, and mad stuff has been going on, and we haven't been able to get here. But that's gonna change too. So, but anyway, let's talk about what's been going on.
So listen, guys, we are behind on a lot of stuff because it has been a while since we've done a show.
Yes.
So we can't cover everything, but let's just cover something. Since we did cover the passing of my dog, let's talk about a legendary known dog to us in the hip-hop community, in the African-American community, black culture.
Yes.
For us, we just recently lost a good one, y'all. And it's crazy because when it first went down as far as him being hooked up to a ventilator and everything, people were already writing him off before he was even announced to be gone. So I was holding out to see what would happen, hoping and praying that it would turn around and he would come back. But unfortunately, we have lost a good one. DMX, Earl Simmons,
my baby uncle,
passed away.
Uncle,
passed away, and I am so sad.
Yes, the greatest like thing that I like when I actually found out that it was confirmed that he was dead is that I know that he knew God. And that's like the greatest feeling when you know like a loved one or someone that you know passed away, or if you know that they know God. It's just like wow, like wow, like I just like, and I also like prayed and asked God to have mercy on his soul if he wasn't able to, do that. Ask God to like allow his soul into heaven, because that man knew God, and some people that didn't know God, he opened that, like he met them where they were.
And the thing about DMX is he was very, very transparent with us as fans.
Yes,
He let us in on his life. He let us in on mental health.
Yes.
He let us in on drug abuse and everything all his struggles and everything that he went through. Most and then he was still a praying man. And I love DMX. Like,
he had my name in a song.
He sure did. Not mine though. But I was telling my husband about this. I was like, you know what? When people like that pass, like legends like this pass, and in the music industry, and you've never seen him, you'd be like, dang, I wish I would have seen him.
And he came to Cincinnati.
And I saw him.
You did?
When he came to Cincinnati for the Bad Boy tour, I saw that.
Oh, I did too. Duh. When he did come to Cincinnati, I seen him when Bad Boy came, when the original Bad Boy came, when Biggie first died. They came to the Nutter Center, and DMX was at that concert. I forgot. I saw Jay-Z. I saw so many legends at that concert.
Yeah. Well, recently, the end of life is when I saw DMX. I went to that Bad Boy reunion tour, and it was supposed to be a surprise guest. You know what I'm saying? People were saying it was DMX, but there was also speculating like, nah, DMX ain't gonna be able to come. He having the struggle.
Yeah.
So when I'm watching the concert was cool. We having our moments, Mason, Total, and all them come in, and you like, yeah. But when they brought out my dog, DMX, girl, I felt like I was in high school all over again. I was screaming. I was up the whole time. I mean, I realized how much that man's music I truly love. It inspired me, like, growing up. So I'm just happy I was able to see it.
I saw this video that really made me smile. And it was this video, this lady, she was riding down the street.
Oh, yeah.
And DMX was just walking down the street. And she was like, is that my motherfucking nigga DMX? She was like, I knew it. She was like, what the niggas wrong? She was so for real. She was so excited. Yeah. And that just, like, made me like smile, like, cause she was like, "What's them niggas wrong?" She was like,
and he probably gave it back to her.
He did.
That's what I love about DMX's personality. And most recently, a good friend of mine, he bought a house recently in Atlanta, and he's always having. He calls it the estate, and he's always having, because he's a singer, and he has a lot of his singer friends come and sing songs or whatever, and he'll post videos. So he had posted a video of one of the females singing. And while they were singing, you heard, yeah. And I was like, what is that? You know what I mean? Like, right. It showed him, and it was DMX there, and he started praying. And I was like, now, damn it, out of all the friends he done had, every celebrity that this dude done posted, that's the one I want to meet. I want to meet DMX. So that was going on. I was like, I want to go to the state. Why you ain't got me? I went to Atlanta for that.
Right.
And he was saying how DMX had cooked for them that day and everything. I was like, wow, he has a true memory that he gets to, take or whatever. So just rest in peace, X. Praying for his family. He had a fiance. One thing I didn't know about DMX, he had 17 kids.
I did, because I knew that like he had a second, like he had like 4 sets of kids. Yeah. Like he had a few with like 6 with the wife, I think, and then from there he just multiplied. For real.
Yeah, he had a lot of kids, and I was reading something about how Jay-Z and Beyonce was buying his masters possibly for $10 million, and they're going to give them to his 17 children.
Wow.
So that's awesome. If that's true, that's really awesome. But yeah, I just definitely wanted to say rest in peace, because he has done so much for the culture musically. And,
yes,
he was an actor, DMX was just the bomb.
Yes,
I like that he was just so transparent. Yeah, that man could pray. And now every Christmas, make sure y'all play that DMX Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Right.
somebody need to go ahead and put that on a song, an MP3, so we can purchase that, download that, and play that for our Christmas holiday jams. Okay, what? Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Come on. But yeah, rest in peace, X. Definitely love you, dude. Love you forever.
Yes.
Speaking of an ex.
Oh, I knew you was going to talk about that, so you come here.
Let's go ahead and talk about Lil Nas X. I'm not going to say too much about it because I feel like we are aunties, pre-aunties age, so it's not really our lane. But Lil Nas X recently released a video.
Hold on, let's just stop. Did you just I was looking at my phone, y'all. But I think Miss Candy just threw a jab and said auntie, pre-auntie. So I'm the auntie. And
I'm the pre-auntie.
Yeah, I caught that shit. Okay. So, anyway, I'm the auntie. If anything, y'all better check with it. Okay, let's get with it. I ain't let that roll past.
I mean, I'm still a niece.
Yeah, she thinks.
You the auntie, the cool auntie though. You are the cool auntie that can hang with the nieces.
Okay, clean that up. Go ahead.
But it is an auntie and a niece.
Okay, go ahead with it. See what? Yes.
But this auntie be having hot girl swing. So
okay, go ahead with your little story.
Okay, so listen, Lil Nas X recently released a video. It was I guess it's a song, and it's based off of his name, Monterio. I think that's how you say his name. And I didn't watch the whole video. It wasn't my thing. What I saw made me turn it off. I saw Lil Nas X giving a lap dance to Satan. I don't do that. I don't play with the devil. I don't play how people dress up as the devil for Halloween. I don't do that. I don't like scary movies with the devil in it. I don't play with the devil. That ain't my lane. That ain't my zhush. So I saw the devil and I said, oh yeah, no, I ain't got no.
I didn't see it.
The auntie came out at me for that moment. And I said, I ain't gonna be able to do this, turn this off. So it was a lot of controversy that came out with that video. Some people said, it's cool. It's art. The artistry was so beautiful and the scenery, and they were talking about the graphics and all this kind of stuff. Me personally, all I saw was him giving a lap dance to the devil, so I didn't get to see the beauty of nothing. Okay. But people were talking about that. Other people was talking, the Christians came out that's against God, and you don't play with, and I'm like, I just didn't want to have nothing to do with it. That was me personally. But he came out and released a statement saying that he has been ridiculed for being gay, saying that he was going to go to hell. So he went to hell with his video.
Oh, wow.
So, which was a nice little clapback for some people. I had to give it to him.
Yes.
But again, still ain't my zhush. So he also came together with some company. I forget the name of it, but they released some Satan shoes. And he released these pair of shoes. They're Nike shoes, but this company pimped them out basically. And so it's not from Nike, but
Nike is really going off saying they weren't cleared and blah blah.
Right,
blah.
but this same company released some shoes with holy water in there, like Jesus shoes before, and Nike didn't want to sue. But I think that's because it wasn't controversy going around it.
Right.
So what happened was it was these shoes. They're Satan shoes. There's 666 of these shoes, and they're over $1,000 per shoe, and it has some type of satanic symbol on them, but it also has a drop of human blood in the shoes. That's something that I don't play with those that either. So people was going off about that, and Nike supposedly is suing the company, and they got some issues for that. Which I would agree. You're not about to sell my shoes and not get permission to make it over $1,000 per shoe. That's a good come up for y'all.
Right.
But it's a good promotion for the company if they can afford whatever Nike's suing them for it, because now people might go to them to get stuff made. Yeah, so cool. But I personally I don't have an opinion. But I did want to ask you something, because people was going off about Lil Nas X's song and his video and stuff, saying that they didn't want that out there for their children, being that Lil Nas X, they were saying, is an artist that the children love. And Lil Nas X came back and said, well, Old Town Road isn't a kid's song. I'm talking about Lean and some other stuff in the song. and I didn't make that song for kids or whatever. And I found that interesting because he was touring schools performing that song. Like, it's plenty of, like footage of him going to schools performing this song for kids. That was a kid's song.
Riding the wave.
Yeah, the only reason that song was anything was because kids love that song. Let's be very clear. So although I understand it's a parent's responsibility to pay attention to what their children are listening to, if you're gonna ride that wave and be singing it at kids' school and stuff, then make sure it's a responsible song for children. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. I don't think much about Lil Nas X. I do know that my daughter liked Old Town Road. That was her joint. And I prefer the Kids Bop version. But, she liked the video. Chris Rock was in the video, so it wasn't a big deal. But this one that's out right now, that new song, my kids they can't do that one. But what do you think about him saying he's not a kids artist?
He not. And if he don't want to, I feel like, oh well. I don't even think much about him no more because I thought he was country. So but
that was rap, wasn't it?
I mean,
hip hop country.
I don't know, but I thought he was country, so I don't really think much about him. So that's why when you was like, you don't know anything about that, and I was like, nah, because I was scrolling past it because I'll be an auntie in this lane, in this situation. I would ride the auntie. My kid, he not into him like that. Like he did like the song after Old Town Road. That oh no.
Yeah, my daughter didn't like nothing but that one.
So
my only thing is I feel like it's hard because people put a lot on parents and saying, well, your kid shouldn't be watching this or seeing this, but this is not the 90s where
you can
we have as much control,
right? Exactly, because
the internet is there, and not only that, parents are working, kids got friends, they like, I wasn't allowed to watch rated R movies, right? But I would go to my friend's house and watch rated R movies. You know what I mean? Like, exactly. So even though you're not supposed to be exposed to this stuff, you are. And I really appreciate my childhood because I feel like artists took responsibility, knowing their role in the industry and tried to be role models. And I don't feel like we get that now. We don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not going to say that something like Old Town Road or not Monterio is like the only one that, like, my daughter can't listen to WAP. Like, absolutely not.
And I wouldn't think anybody kid should.
Right. But I mean, there's YouTube, there's TikTok, there's, you know what I mean? So how can we automatically prevent, you know what I mean? Like, although my daughter knows you better not sing a WAP around me. You better not, you know what I'm saying? And I tell her on TikTok, bypass that. Right. Absolutely not. But come on now. I don't have control of her 24 hours a day. Right. You know what I mean? So although we as parents can try our best and monitor and teach right, and I listen, I dance with her, and I spend time with her, so I can listen to some of the songs she listened to and see, you know what I mean? But I don't have 24-hour.
So then at that point, you have to hope that what you instilled in her is good, and that's just what
and that's what it is. But also, I do feel like, regardless of celebrities want it or not, they are influences of children.
I mean, even we are. Like, some people could, like, their kid could be, there's a podcast app that come on your Apple phone.
Right.
We are on
No, and I'm saying, and I know that. I know even with I Can't After Dark, when I first started doing that show, I started toning myself down because I realized I had a daggone teenager that was listening to my show. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I became aware, I did better. And I feel like celebrities, I wish they had that grace and integrity that I felt like they had back in the day.
Yeah, and I also feel like when is it going to be just something for adults where, like, keep your...
It ain't.
Sit your black ass down.
It's not like that no more. It's not like that. Internet ruined that.
No, well, I feel like at that point, then you're right. As a parent, you got to take some responsibilities because it is just some shit just for adults.
It is. Like, but I mean, okay, like, let's say Facebook. I remember when Facebook first came out, it was for college kids, right? Mm-hmm. I had a Facebook page, and then all of a sudden it crossed over and it was for everybody that was an adult, right? And then adults was on there. And I remember being like 20, I was like 21. I was on Facebook, and my boss's teenage son, he was like 11, and he wanted a Facebook, and he, wanted a MySpace, and it was like, nah, you can't have that. You had to be like 15, I think, to set it up. And he was lying about his birthday, setting it up, and I was like, ugh, you know what I mean? Like, this is kids coming into our territory, and I was a young adult, like, this is not for you. You too young to be on it, you know what I mean? But that's how they get in. So it's hard. It is hard. But I feel like maybe that's where the issue is with social media, how we put so much out there, and it shouldn't be out there. Like the videos and stuff. There was a BET after hours. Or you know how music videos would come on after a certain amount of time? That's when they should come out. That's when you should see a WAP. It shouldn't just be available for everybody.
That's when the kids up. It's at night, girl. Don't you know?
Well, I mean, it depends on
what age. 15-year-old.
But that's different.
So I know that at nighttime, that's when they sleep now.
I don't think I'm so frustrated about 15-year-olds seeing it. I'm upset about 8-year-olds seeing it.
I got you.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I don't want Bell. It's her serious to see WAP.
Right.
I don't want her to be trying to do the WAP dance.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and I know I'm just talking. There's really not much we can do because the way the world is evolving, the way the internet blew up and took off.
I am so glad that they did not have the internet.
Me
back
too.
In the day.
Ooh.
Like when I was like growing up.
When you was going to Freaknik.
Yes. Oh, because I most definitely would be viral a lot of times. Like, not even for that, but like just situations. Just like when the cicadas came out.
They coming back.
Like, I know. I was like, I hope I'm not a meme. Because like I had some situations when the cicadas came out years ago that I could have easily been somebody meme. Okay, let's talk about, we gotta go because you know you're on the time scan.
Yes.
Okay, yes. So let's talk about Diddy's letter to corporate America. When she tried to sneak in that dig at me, I was on my phone looking for the actual letter so I could read it because I wanted to be brave. So basically what happened is Diddy wrote a letter to corporate America, and when he wrote the letter, I guess to stand up for African American artists, and I just found it, and then now
you can't find it.
No, because my phone went somewhere like it wasn't supposed to go.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, hold on. So basically, he wrote this letter, and he wrote it like an open letter on his Twitter. And it was basically saying that, like, dear corporate America, we are, hold on, I'm going to get the words all the way right because that's what we do here. Okay, so basically it said, we are done letting corporate America manipulate our culture into believing incremental, hold on, did I get that word right? Incremental progress is acceptable and is an acceptable action. If you love us, pay us. And then he says, here's a letter to corporate America. And it's revoked, okay? Mm-hmm. Signed, revoked, da-da-da-da. And as soon as he posted this letter, his artist, one of his ex-artists, Aubrey O'Day. Yes, she had something to say.
Because she damaged.
Yeah. She spoke up immediately and said, like, oh, wow, well, how that's strange that you saying something when basically you still owe me. Like, she letting them know that he still owe her some coins. And then after that, everybody, like Black Twitter, everybody started eating him up and saying, like, you know, like bringing up Mace and 112.
They were talking about Craig Matt. Rest in peace to Craig Matt.
And then they even posted pictures of Black Rob because he really sick and he like destitute, and they were saying like, you know, they were really like dragging him. So I know that like Total spoke out about how they said that they was still living in the hood and he was. So what do you feel about like how his like?
I feel like Diddy is like, yeah, definitely. I feel like it's definitely hypocritical, but Diddy is for self. He's a millionaire, billionaire.
And I truly believe that if Biggie was still alive, they would have been fell out. They been, like he would have been left.
But I mean, a lot of people, even people that Diddy like was able to relink with, you know, like him and Mary J. Blige fell out for a while.
Faith,
because Faith left and went to another label.
Yes.
Like, people. That's the only reason why they're able to be successful is because they left him. Yes. Because everybody that stuck it out with Diddy be like, he do it when it's hot and he throw your ass to the side and go on to the next. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. And I feel like it's very hypocritical. But you can't talk about a corporate doing something to the black community when you yourself are doing to the black community.
So he's saying something to white America, but what
are you doing?
Yes, exactly. You should be.
You got these artists that you ain't paid, that's broke, and they help make you richer.
Who could have wrote that letter with somebody like Master P, who is somebody who Snoop Dogg gives credit for? He said if he would have never went to No Limit for the year or whatever, how long he had that contract with him, he said he would have never be this able to sustain this long in the game. He taught this man how to be a businessman. And so someone like that writing that letter, then I'm sure that they would agree.
Right.
But did he need
someone that has taken advantage of people and throw them to the side?
Exactly.
Yeah, just like corporate America does black, you do it to black yourself. So whatever.
Bringing up Master P. Master P also spoke on when this is before DMX was actually pronounced dead. He spoke and said that it should be some kind of union or some kind of something set up for rappers. So, like, somebody should have helped DMX. He said it should be like, I don't know if he used the word union, but something set up for, like, some kind of pension for rappers to be able to, like, some set up like they do athletes. Because, for real, it's the same kind of money practically at the same type of time. You know, and I feel like that's something that maybe should be looked into when you come in the game. But of course, then
they would have to put some money into it in the beginning, or the company can do it. But it's something that they would have to definitely invest in the beginning. I think it's something they should invest in the beginning of their career before they blow up. Because when they start buying 30 million cars and tricking out on women, you know what I mean? That money can go quickly. And a lot of people have been millionaires and now they broke on the street. So it's crazy because you be like, dang, like you blew like that. I was like, I wish I could get the opportunity to try. Let me see what I would do with some money like that. You know, I might blow it too, but I would like the opportunity to try.
Let me try to live.
Let me try.
So you wanted to talk about the versus battle. Let's talk about that. That's a little lighter.
Okay, so yeah, that was also on Easter, and it was crazy because I couldn't enjoy it as much as I wanted to, but I did. It did help me get through the evening. It was a versus battle: Earth, Wind, and Fire versus the Isley Brothers, and it was just an old school like family reunion, like watching your uncles. But since uncles are auntie, I'm gonna say like the great uncles because they ain't
okay. But I'm gonna just say
it really wasn't uncles. It was like watching grandpa. For real.
Yeah, it was.
It was
but
grandpa.
You just said uncles because his wife is probably on my age. Yeah, but he looked.
I want to talk about that. Okay. So when Versus Battle was on, right? I'm watching it.
Okay.
And I'm looking. I'm like, okay. I'm watching it or whatever, chilling with my son. And I'm like, where is Ron Isley? And I was talking so much smack in the chat. Like if y'all was watching me, if y'all saw my post in the verses in the comments, I was like, where is Ron Isley? How can you do it, Isley brother? And Ron Isley ain't there. Okay, where is Ron? Like I just kept saying it over and over and over again. And then finally he opened his mouth and I was like, oh damn.
You said Zaddy.
Oh, you saying like that? Right. First of all, Ron Isley got the full gray Zaddy beard.
Yes.
Okay, he had on the mink fur coat.
Yes.
And the nice derby hat. And this man done got his teeth fixed. Y'all, a whole meal. Okay?
He's most definitely looked like Zaddy.
He looked good.
I say that because...
And he is like 80.
And I feel like that's because his wife is younger.
But I mean, she was with him looking like regular
But if you're going to stick in it, you're going to make...
But I also think he went to prison and just got fined. You know how sometimes they go to jail and be like lifting weights, and I think he went to jail and got fined.
I feel like she's like, no, Ron, we going to do it my way. I've been doing it. When you've been in a marriage for so long, then you start getting your own voice.
Yeah, well, he looked good. This man is 79, almost 80 years old.
His life back.
He looked good.
Thank you, wife.
They was talking, and I was seeing people like trying to post old pictures of him. Like trying to be,
he should have been. I'm sorry. He should have been. Whoever told him to shave need to be slapped.
But you know, it's not even just that. Everybody that was trying to bring up his past, I don't know that man.
No,
that's not Ron Isley.
I know Zaddy.
Right, Ron Isley is Zaddy grandpa. Okay,
yes,
he was looking very good. I was like, oh my, y'all, this man is 80.
Zaddy. daddy me.
Was 79, almost 80 years old.
Looking good.
Looking like a whole meal. I was like, oh, wow.
And he wasn't even slumped. What's so crazy is the other brother used to be the one who everybody used to think
I never thought a grandpa was fine.
No, like in the younger days, the brother who played the guitar was the one that everybody thought was cute. Fine.
But I'm just saying, the fact that Mr. Big was looking
like Mr. Big.
Girl, once I realized it was him, I was dumbfounded. Like, oh my God. Yeah. Like, no, like, I need y'all to understand the severity of me saying that this grandpa, well, he a daddy because he made a baby late in life too.
Yeah, he got two younger children with the wife.
But he's a whole almost 80 years old.
That's what's
looking
up.
Good. I mean, like sugar daddy good. Like, oh my God.
Since we talking about daddies, let's talk about Fantasia's baby girl who tried to enter the world early.
Yes. Okay. So my girl Fantasia Taylor, season 3 American Idol winner, one of the greatest singers in the world.
And she also is her best friend in her head.
Yes, my best friend in my mind. So she actually had to go to the hospital for early labor. They were able to stop it and send her home a few days later. But baby's trying to come soon. Like,
well, I think you should tell our listeners what her baby's name is going to be because you got so excited.
So her baby's name is Keziah London Taylor. Just want y'all to know that my baby girl name is London.
Okay.
So you see how me and her, like, we connected?
I see.
You see that? You see how,
I can see how she can be a little delusional and how she could think that was about her. Okay,
see how Fantasia has an older child with a daughter, which I have. Okay. And then she had a baby son years later, which I did.
So are we going to look for another kid?
No, we're not. So what happened was Fantasia did like I did. Zion is her blessing, Zion and Dallas are her blessings, but she decided to have another one with her husband. I just had one with my husband.
Okay.
And that's my Cairo. So, we just here, we got married close to the same time and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my girl. We both were born in 84. Okay. That's my friend.
Okay. Well,
so, congratulations to y'all, baby girl. Baby girl, I'm going to need you to just keep cooking a little bit because I think she's 6 months. So it ain't time yet, baby girl. So just cook a little bit longer. But yes, we keep Fantasia and baby in prayers and Papa Kendall. Keep taking care of my girls. All right. Thank you.
Okay. So this little tea I just heard, like I know on another show I spoke about the Black Lives Matter movement and how I had been looking it up and I had seen that where most of their money goes to the Democrat
politics
party. And no, not politics, the Democrats. Okay. And so recently they found out that the Black Lives Matter founder, they branded him a fraud because he just purchased a $1.4 million home in upscale LA. So I just want us, I don't want to take away from the movement because we need it, because I want to say, where was the All Lives Matter movement back in 1968? Or before that.
Right. So this is my thing about that. Black Lives Matter
is necessary.
But it's okay. So it's two things. It's a movement first and then it's a business.
Right.
I suppose the movement. Yes. Right. Because once it becomes a business, then it becomes an issue. People start trying to make up off of it. It's going to the wrong people's hands and stuff like that.
Yes, so.
For me, Black Lives Matter don't mean nothing but stop killing black people. Our lives matter. Stop killing us.
Right.
It has been long overdue for y'all to stop treating our asses like we don't matter. We do matter. So I'm not giving up on the movement. The business part never meant nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? For me personally, I don't donate to the business part. Right. I rather donate to a small profit foundation that is out here doing it. Right. But I feel like all of that goes under the movement of Black Lives Matter. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I the whole business part of it's kind of like church people. How you can church is for something good, but then people in the church turn people off for their attitudes and their behaviors and their judgmental and how they are.
That's good.
So that's why I don't like the business aspect of it. I love Jesus. I love what the church is supposed to stand for. It's uplifting each other and encouraging each other. But then the actual church house sometimes ain't what it should be. Right. So that's how I feel about the business. The actual movement of Black Lives Matter is beautiful. is so beautiful and it's so necessary. But then when you put in other, you know what I mean, stuff like business and politics and this person and profiting off of this and that and the other, that's when it becomes an issue, and I don't like. So I'm just for stop killing our black asses.
Right.
That's what I'm
Please. Okay, so on that note, Ayanla. Van Zant. There you go. Had made a statement that kind of got under people's skin. She said that black women need to close their legs and open their hearts. And even though that can be a controversial statement, I kind of feel her as being a single black woman. Sometimes I maybe want to see if I am more like sexual compatible with a person, more so first, and then get to know them, because if that is not there, then I be wanting to shut the door. Mm-hmm. So I kind of feel where she's coming from in that way.
I personally feel like a statement, I need to hear it in full terms and under, with more. But I mean, because I feel like sometimes they'll take a soundbite and go with it versus hearing the full term of what they're saying. Like, I remember when Fantasia announced her pregnancy with Dallas, right? My video, by the way, is the one that went viral when she announced her pregnancy. Stop paying attention to me, because now you ain't listening. When she announced her pregnancy, I was the one that caught the footage, right? Uh-huh. And I just showed the snippet of her saying, with this child I carry inside me, and that went viral. Uh-huh. And I didn't show the full video. And I learned at that, because on my video, people start making a whole bunch of comments like, yeah, she is, and she does, you know what I mean? And they was talking bad, and it hurt my feelings, because first of all, it was Fantasia. First of all, y'all not gonna talk about Fantasia like that on my video, and I'm gonna let y'all talk about her. Absolutely not. So I'm fighting with people like, first of all, you don't know what you're talking about. And then it was thousands of people, and I had to turn the comments off. And then I went back to all the media outlets and sent the new video, like, here, y'all, show this one. Don't show that one no more, because they dogging her out too much, and they don't even have the full story. Right. So then the full video is her explaining life and why she was performing free in this project and what she was trying to say to women. You know what I mean? So I feel like Iyanla could have been saying something very powerful, and you take one little statement and try to break it up. I don't think that, first of all, it's kind of like what Issa Rae said, I root for everybody black. Right. So she's not trying to say that other women don't do this. But right now, she's talking to her sisters. Exactly. Right now, she's trying to talk to the ones that she loved the most. Exactly. And she's trying to help out right now. I take it. That's number one.
And we got to be ready to receive. Right. Sometimes we do. Like, I have been in situations that money might have moved. Mm-hmm. May have moved, and then I can't do this.
It's like when we have those women empowerment conference, right? Mm-hmm. It's for all women, but there are moments where we be talking to the sisters, exactly, and we mean it just out of love. Like in my book, it's for women, but I'm talking to a lot of black women, because a lot of black women I know have had these experiences, and this is what we go through.
You talking to black women because you are a black woman, right? That's period.
So I don't feel like she was saying it to attack the black women. That's number one. Number two, I've said that in my life, and not necessarily that you can't open your legs, but sometimes women lead with opening their legs, and then they don't like the results they get. Right. Sometimes you need to pause on that,
or just put it out there and you just be able to receive what you get. Right, if you're gonna put it out there, right? Just because
you can waste a lot of time, and then the whole thing is everybody don't deserve that, boo. Everybody don't deserve your treasured pearl, right? So instead of leading with that, get to know this person and see if they deserve that. You know what I mean? Right. So yeah, I'm really young.
Me too. All right. Let's talk about my old boo.
Yeah, girl. Dear Jackson.
Okay, so this is kind of a little stale story, but we got to bring it up because, especially on this platform,
we have talked about him.
We have talked about him in a great light, because that was somebody that I felt was in tune to the black relationships. Mm-hmm. And sometimes we do pastors and bishops. We put them on a pedestal, and that they don't necessarily
live up to.
No, and not necessarily they shouldn't have to, because they're human too. Mm-hmm. And I say that because I'm just gonna go a little bit off. I watched this intervention. Like, I was a big intervention person that watched intervention that comes on A&E. Mm-hmm. And I stopped watching because it started being a whole lot of heroin addicts, and I can't watch people shoot up. Mm-hmm. Well, this new season came on. It just so happened to be an African American man who was doing meth. And he was like interesting to me because like he was like he had this opportunity to go to Vegas and be the choreographer for the Jabberwockies, and I used to watch that. And he wound up getting on meth. But what triggered his first drug abuse at first was that he was on he got an opportunity to be on, you know, the Tidbit, the gospel singer. What's his name? Him. He was on his mission with him, and he found out that old dude has cheated on his wife, and he started using drugs because he looked up to this man. He didn't have his biological father, so this was the person that he looked up to spiritually.
Tasha Bet cheated on his wife?
Yes, yes.
So
Yes,
yeah, that guy.
Him.
Repeat. No way.
Yes.
You know, he got a song with Fantasia.
Yeah, okay, so he found out that he cheated on his wife, and then that was the beginning of
and
his
that's
drug
him
use.
down.
And then he got better again. Then he found out that his stepfather, who he knew and looked up to, cheated on his mother, and then that's what.
So that was his little safe space.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that
kind of numb everything else.
Right. So that made me think about how unknowingly, because I had this situation before with a pastor of mine where I felt like when I was down, like right after I had Braxton, the whole time I was pregnant with Braxton because I wasn't married. I had put myself in this like bad like space, like oh my God, like I'm pregnant and I'm not married because that's not what I wanted.
Went through that too. Yeah.
And because of that, like I put myself into church, and this pastor was like, girl, I would be calling him from work, like pregnant in the bathroom, crying like, pastor, and he would like talk me off the ledge.
Yeah.
So he helped me like forgive myself first, ask God for forgiveness, and then forgive myself. He helped me get through that process. So to find out, like later on, after his wife died, he like got married to this lady and let her come into the church. It just like crushed me, and then I didn't go back to church for a while.
What happened?
She was a pastor too.
The wife?
No, okay, so he was married, and I loved the first lady. She was like if I was becoming first lady, you know what I'm saying? So I loved her, and I could relate to her. But then he married this lady that after she died, after his wife died, that's all he knew. And I had to understand that too. Like some people just meant to be married. And then, you know what I'm saying? He was older in life too.
So was you upset that he got married?
No. It was the fact that she came in our church and told us like our church was full of people that was like maybe like new to Christ and needed somebody to meet them where they at. So like some girls, they was young, they used to come in there looking like Saturday night they went out.
Came in their nieces, looking like nieces.
Exactly. And like to don't judge them.
Right.
Like because they could be somewhere laid up with some dude
right.
or
and they
something.
Came to church.
Yeah, they came to church. So you should get them the word of God. Don't tell them that it's she came with her church views. Like nobody should come in church looking like this. So it sure everybody that was coming that threw them away.
Right.
Yes, there you go. And that was their safe haven. So I got mad at him. Like, no, you acting like submissive. You supposed to be the man of this. Like, what are you doing?
Right.
So that's what. And then I didn't go back to church again until I found Crossroads, which was somewhere where I could be me still, you know. So to say that, I found out that I thought I was done with that, but then again, Derek Jackson, it pissed me off on another level. Like, so that's probably why I didn't talk to you about it at first, because I had to recognize that I had kind of put him on
a pedestal.
Yeah, because I'm like, well, shoot, if that man is out there that's gonna understand where I'm coming from. Yeah, he out there.
Yeah, and then
like,
when you doing this too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then I see his wife, and then how he let her come to defend him looking like that. He know because he's been in this. And then you like, first of all, you knew your wife should have had a whole glam. I'm sorry. It's social media. We just talked about this. Your wife should have had a whole glam. I don't care if she never had glam a day in her life. Baby, I know, and I'm not saying that you're not perfect for me, but this is some doggy dog shit.
Right.
And this woman that I stepped out with you with looked like this. And I'm not saying that that's when I'm saying that they're superficial. And if we want this to even sell this story, you think if we just watch
more so anything out of protection for her.
Exactly. And I say that,
story,
right, no. I mean, the thing is, too, we just talked about Ready for Love. We met Uncle Tommy's wife. she was to the TTT.
Right.
Okay, you think Uncle Tommy would have let his wife
come out?
Thank you. That might not necessarily be her everyday zhuzh, but when we met her, she was to the TTT.
Right.
And I feel like knowing that he let her, he did not protect her. Yeah. And that ain't even the fact of cheating because we human, and I understand that. But the wife part, that's what made me just be like, okay, he's not the person that I thought that he was, because he should have knew.
That was my irritation with the whole thing. Okay, so for me, I guess because my husband is a hater of
he always hated us for liking
him or whatever.
Right.
So I was irritated, like, oh my God. Now you know my husband don't be like, yeah, look at your hero. You know, don't be saying stuff. But I am not the type of person that put people on pedestals. Like, I took what Derek Jackson said just for what he said. I took the message.
Okay.
Not the messenger.
Okay.
Because number one, when I was first introduced to Derek Jackson, I was married. So it wasn't like I was like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't being like,
no, I knew he was married.
Right. No, I was married. Because when Derek Jackson first came out, I didn't know his ass was married. I found out when he posted it. Because he did post it. Because everybody acting like he never said it. No, on his Instagram, he announced that he got married. Right. And I saw that. But when he first came out, I didn't know he was dating anybody or nothing like that. I didn't even care. It was more so the stuff he was saying. You know what I'm saying? And I like the messages that he was saying. Some of them. Because there's been messages that he said I didn't agree with. Right, exactly. Right. So I'm able to take stuff people say, listen to it, and figure out if I agree or disagree. That was me with Derek Jackson. So I never took him for gospel, his words, for, you know what I mean? And, you know, whatever. Not knowing I didn't care what his life was. What he's saying right now resonated to me. As far as letting people walk over you or whatever. You know what I mean? So
no, and I think that I feel that he what he was saying was resonating with me and making me think not, ooh, I want him, but ooh, there are people out there that feel that. I totally get what you're saying
because in fact, like the way you say you put that on a pedestal, I've done that with relationships. Like the way you did that, I've had couples that were married that I looked up to, and I was like, oh my God, they preach about this, and yes, and oh my gosh, I want to be like that when I get married. I want to have a husband like this, and we're going to be like this, you know what I mean, and whatever. And then if they fall apart, like I am crushed.
Yes, okay.
Like, oh my God, so it don't exist. I ain't gonna be able to last in marriage. So I totally get what you're saying, because I do that still with married couples. So I get what you're saying, but for me, because people were going so hard, like, now what you got to say? And my thing is, regardless of if he cheated or not, what he said was still facts.
Right.
Like, that was kind of how I felt.
And I got salty when people that he was speaking on was trying to come from, like, John
Gray?
Yes. Okay, I didn't want to say that, but yes, because you don't negate that you didn't do what you did. Okay?
Right. And then for me, too, Derek Jackson is a man.
Right.
A human man.
Yes.
And I'm able to accept his flaws and his mistakes better than I can John Gray. And let me explain why. Because John Gray is a pastor, a man in leadership in a religion. So I hold you to a different standard, bruh. Because you say you was called by the Lord.
There you go. Right? This man is just giving his opinion.
Exactly.
What we want to see.
Exactly. So still,
and like, I wasn't even salty about the cheating. It was the whole aftermath.
Right. And the thing for me, like, because I watched it, because, it's been a while since that came out. So I watched everything unfold. And for me, watching his wife, like being up there defending him, I just felt bad because I knew the internet was going to attack her. It became not about him cheating no more, and now it became an attack on her looks. Yes. And it's like, at the end of the day, for real, I don't care how she looked.
Right.
And as mad as everybody is, people were like, oh, well, that's why he cheated. Well, he ain't married him. Right. Regardless, however she looked in her knitted hat, he married that woman. It was not a bonnet. I seen it. It was I got one of those. I got a tan hat like that at home.
Not wearing on while we recording.
I think I'm going to.
A bonnet. Okay.
That was a black knitted hat. But regardless, she had no bra on. I didn't know.
Right. And then she was tripping. Period.
It felt like it was one of those, hey babe, come downstairs, I want to go live.
And I'd I've been like, get the out of here. He was wrong.
Right.
Sorry.
And I did feel like it was his responsibility to be like,
because he
and then
is
honestly, I don't feel like she needed to do that with him, because this whole time you've been married since 2006, you ain't never have her on no video talking with her. So now when you mess up, you want her to stand next to you? No. Like, you eat this like a dude. And I don't like people coming attacking her. And she was doing videos like, I am a
girl. They make memes of it, girl.
This is not a bonnet. This is
a crown of something. Girl, bye. That's a bonnet, bye.
But
bye, girl.
I am Team Jackson. I'm supporting that couple. If they want to be married and work it out, I'm cool. Any side chicks that come out after this couple has come out and said they're gonna be together, you clout chasing. She's staying with her husband.
There you go.
They working it out. I don't care who you are, what you say. He done said, I love my wife. I want to be my wife. Therefore,
sit your ass
down. Even if he's still messing with you, he not claiming you, boo.
Right.
And that's why I can't say that outside chicks.
You a peasant.
I can't say that about, like, y'all want to sit up here and be going off about, well, he got the side chick. I don't give a shit. He done told us. Right. He love his wife. Right. He want to be with his wife, bonnet and all. He don't care about this side chick enough to claim her in public. So why are you talking? He's basically telling you, stay in your place. Mm-hmm. Yes, I like the way you give head, but I love my wife. So do your job.
Teach my wife. Teach my wife.
I can't stand that. And they sitting up here making it seem like Danae Jackson should be ashamed. No.
Yeah, she looked like her name Danae, though.
Leave her alone.
I'm just playing. So let's end the show on a good note. Ashanti and Flo Rida finally came with public with their relationship. They posted themselves on this yacht, just chilling, and they got like several pictures together. And I'm so glad that I knew that they have been like, it's been whispers about Ashanti and him, but I know that she been in like some live ass places, and I'm like, she is not by herself, right? Okay. And then I started stalking him when I found like, I think this is him. And I think that they make a good like couple, but what I don't want for her to happen is that he wastes her midlife, like she let Nelly waste her 20s. Like, come on now. If this
and I don't think Flo Rida that nice, is he? What he mean? He was mean to Brandy in some kind of way, so I don't think I like him.
I don't know.
And you know, I'm a B Rocker fan, so I don't like him.
But okay, so Shanti has got her ways too. So
hopefully, I want her to get somebody that's nice.
So hopefully he
nice, because I don't like him.
Yeah.
Because he did Brandy wrong. I don't like him. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening to the show. We gotta go. We love you so much. Be on the lookout for a new show. Follow us on all of our social media platforms so you can just be kept up to what we have going on. And like Mocha said, new shows, new look, all that is coming very, very soon. So guys, be ready for it. Please. And on that note, we'll talk to y'all next time.
Deuces.